So we just do that. Oh. Can you go to the next slide for us? Yeah. Okay, so just a few reminders and housekeeping. So the meeting will be recorded, and Safina's just started the recording of it. So if you'd like not to be recorded, then you can turn your video off. Please go ahead. So if you can you otherwise remain muted as well, unless you want to speak, it's fine. But please just um, uh, keep yourself muted, and then if you want to speak, don't forget to unmute yourself. You can also switch your video off if you're happy with that, although we love to see you. Please do use the chat, which lots of people are using now to say hi and where they're from, which is great. Please do use the chat for questions or any comments as well. Claire is from the Mesh team is monitoring and picking those up, and will share them with us later. And we're on social media. We'll be posting on different social media. You can use this hashtag if you also would like to post at all. I'm John. I am the director of Mesh, and I'm very pleased to see you at the Lunchtime Showcase. We share the organisation of the showcase with Migration Yorkshire, and Emma is here from Migration Yorkshire. I'm going to hand over to her now.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, John. And again, welcome everyone. We're really, really delighted to have you here. So for this session, we're following on from our last ESOL Lunchtime Showcase, where we talked about volunteer teachers, and we were talking about how to support teachers. And this is a really nice progression on to talking about ESOL learners as volunteers. And we've got some fantastic speakers talking about volunteering from their own perspective, but we really wanted to embrace how important ESOL and volunteering are, how they really go together, and how volunteering is about how much more, so much more than language development. And our speakers will be telling you more about that as we go on. So you should be able to see on your screen our agenda there. So shortly we'll have an update on Learning English Yorkshire and Humber and the Learning English Plus website. Then we're going to move on to our three sets of speakers, sorry, before we have time for a discussion, some evaluation and some finish. So just, I think I probably didn't really introduce myself there, but my name is Emma. I'm from Migration Yorkshire, and I work across Yorkshire and Humber as the ESOL regional lead. So it's really lovely to see so many familiar names in the chat there, and so many of you who I know go to different ESOL subgroups across the region and who come along to our different ESOL networking programs. So it's great to have you here. I'm going to pass on to Claire now from Mesh, and Claire's going to give us an update on the website.
Hi everybody, it's good to see you all here today. It's good to be here. I'm just sharing my screen with you to show you the homepage of LEYH, Learning English in Yorkshire and the Humber. Many of you will be familiar with the website where you can search for English classes. So you would just put the postcode of the person looking for the class into this box, and then you can choose how far that person can travel. Usually take it down to the minimum to begin with, and then just click find your class, and classes in that area will come up. The closest class to the person will come up first. There are lots of other things available to you on the website, as well as being able to search for classes. And I just want to show you a couple of things. If you scroll down on the homepage, you can see that we actually have these volunteering resources for learners. I'm just going to see if this changes screen when I click my tab. John, has that changed to what is volunteering? Yeah, thank you. So these learners we have designed, sorry, these learners, these resources we have designed for learners specifically. And as it says there, what is volunteering? Some information here that learners can access themselves about volunteering, and there are various things there that are available that people can work through on their own. Safina and Angela have done a really fantastic job of developing resources that that people can work through, and there are all sorts of really interesting things there they can access. The other thing that I want to show you on our sister site, so if I go back to LEYH, which is our main site, if you see here in the top right hand corner, there is a link to the sister site, Learning English Plus, and this is for tutors and providers. And on this website, there is a really a large amount of information and resource that's really useful if you are an ESOL tutor or provider. And you can see here that we have our resources hub, we've got the staff room, and we've got a training section. I just want to show you on the resources hub, if you could click into here, there are 24 pages of resources that are free for you to download and have a look through. But at the top of the page, there is a link, a direct link to resources that MESH have produced. And there are some really useful things in here that you might be interested to look at. And I just want to show you one of those, because as well as having the learner-facing resources that learners can access directly, we have also produced, I'm scrolling down so you can see all the different things that are there. But we have also produced a teaching pack on volunteering that is for tutors. So if I just open that up for you here, John, has that changed again? Can you just give me a thumbs up? Yeah, thank you. Thanks, Safina. So again, you'll see a similar slide there from the learner-facing resources, but what we also have on this bit is some teacher notes. You can download them or you can view them on the screen. So there's lots of stuff there that is available for you, whether it's a learner accessing this or whether you're a tutor wanting to access the resources. And then if I scroll down, you can see other things there, the keyword list and various worksheets that you can download. So there's some really, we think, useful stuff available, whether you are a learner or whether you are a tutor. And just a little reminder there that the main function of LEYH is for you to be able to search for English classes, either for yourself or for somebody you're supporting. So I'll stop there and just hand back to Emma, I think. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Claire. That's lovely. Okay, so we're now going to start with our first speaker, who is Basima Hassas from Kirklees, and we're really, really grateful that Basima has agreed to talk about her volunteering experience for us. So Basima, your first slide is there on the screen, so I will hand over to you for 10 minutes. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Emma. My name is Basima Hassas. I'm from Syria. I have been in the UK since 2019. Actually, I like sorry. So yeah, I like my hobbies is crochet, knitting, and gardening. It's my lovely, yeah. So since I came in UK, I came in February, start learning English in Kirklees College in March. And then I volunteered with Welcome Mentor. Actually, when we came, the refugee, they provide support workers, so they teach us how to register with the GB or with the places some places for meeting our community, or if we want to learn English, some places as well. So he told me about the welcome mentor. So I volunteered there, and then when pandemic started, when it's like lockdown started due to the pandemic, I didn't make myself give up. So especially when the Curriculum Council had provided online courses and gave newcomers iPads, helping us to even when we were at home. This time was like a new opportunity to learn behind the screen. At the same time, I continued helping people with welcome mentor interpreting by phone. So because there were new families came, so they need to translate it, and they can't leave their house. Then I enrolled myself with to the course level 1 community interpreting. Using all this time in the pandemic to improve my language skills. In the beginning of 2023, I began volunteering with Dash. Now it's called I Ask. Working as interpreter and welfare support. All volunteering jobs helped me to improve my skills, build my confidence, understanding the lifestyle here, the country rules, and how to stay safe, how to what safeguarding meaning, how to engage in my community, how to solve my problem I face, get work experience, and how support my children, which was very important to me. All this, I want to thank all people who helped me. So from Curriculum Council, teacher at Curriculum College, and all organizations all organizations, all organizations I have volunteering with, which including TSL, I Ask, Clear, and Welcome Mentor, because without them, I couldn't do anything. When I came here, I was like destroyed. So why I here? I lost everything. My children, I came without them, without language, in different culture, different language. So when I feel like I go out house, people, neighborhood always smile, making feel I am very welcome. The word encouraging with different organization, they give me a good word, make me like feel, yes, I can do it. Yeah, I can start. With the teachers, they was very open-minded, so they understand different culture and different way we are come from, our background, which is help us a lot, not for me and for other refugee or other newcomers here. I'm looking to be teacher assistant when I finish language level 2 ESOL English. So I want to go the courses and start to be teacher assistant. Thank you for your listening. Any question?
So Basima, I had a couple of questions that I wanted to ask you, if that's okay. How would you encourage another student to volunteer if they were not sure about the benefit?
Actually, I think because, you know, the same situation me, they always say, Basima, you speak like, not fluently, but better than us. We didn't speak like you. So I always say it's for volunteering. Because I did volunteering with the different organizations. So they would like to know where should they go. So I think if they, like a teacher, just say, or there is some place in college, they said if anyone want to be volunteer, because I know a lot of classmates, they want to be, but they don't know where should they go, how they start.
So Basima, you think that's the best way for the ESOL teacher to help the students to signpost them to volunteering opportunities?
Yeah, if a monthly or one semester, that teacher just say if anyone would like to be a volunteer, and send some links in team, Microsoft Team, because correctly there is a link between us and teachers. So he sends some links for volunteering. So what they want, they can like start from this step.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much. So I think I'm passing over to Angela now to do the next introduction.
Thank you for listening.
Emma, sorry, can I just say before we move on, Basima, I just wanted to thank you for doing what you've done. It's a really big thing just to come on in a, with a sort of screen full of people all looking at you and stuff. And I'm just really interested to hear what you've done, and we're really grateful, that you've been able to share that. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes,
Without a good people around me, I couldn't do anything.
I second that. Thank you so much, Basima, for coming on and talking about your experience. Thank you. I'd just like to introduce now Samira and Hazel, who are both from SAVT in Sheffield. So this is the Sheffield Association for Voluntary Teaching of English. And we're going to hear from both Samira about her experience of volunteering, and a little bit about SAVT and how they support that from Hazel. So I'll pass over to you now. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela, and thank you for inviting us on today to speak to you all. My name's Hazel Lee, and I'm the lead tutor and the quality manager at SAVT, and I'm joined here by Samira Darwish. So I'm going to start and just talk a bit about the context of SAVT and very briefly kind of what we do for those of you who don't know about us, and then I'll hand over to Samira. So as Angela said, SAVT stands for Sheffield Association for the Voluntary Teaching of English. We've been going for 50 years now in Sheffield, and we're all about volunteering, and we're all about learning English. So it's those two things combined. We have about 90 volunteers at the moment, and our volunteers work on different programmes, supporting learners either one-to-one or through conversation groups. We have 16 conversation groups across the city, and we also have volunteering opportunities in the office. So we're really lucky to have office volunteers, as well as volunteers who help us at the Victoria Hall drop-in, which is where advice and guidance is given. Mm-hmm. So having a range of volunteering roles really helps us to involve as many people as possible. So that's the volunteering side of things. In terms of learning, we obviously we have the one-to-one programme that I mentioned, so volunteers can support people one-to-one. So we have learners who receive support and work with a volunteer, and people are referred into that programme. We have learners who can access the conversation groups, which are informal, and we also as well have ESOL classes, and that's part of my role at the moment, is coordinating and teaching the classes. We are really passionate about volunteering as an organisation, and we're really happy when we can encourage learners to get involved in volunteering. So it forms part of the curriculum in the classes, in the conversation groups. Its material is based around local volunteering and encouraging people to to get involved, and that we're lucky to have an organisation in Sheffield called New Beginnings, which is part of Voluntary Action Sheffield. So we work closely with them, and we can signpost to New Beginnings, who are a service supporting refugees into volunteering. In terms of the ESOL classes, we've got a new programme that started last year, which is called English Skills Ready for Work. And this is a 10-week course that learners can take, which is all about job applications and interviews and planning your next step. And for many people, that next step is volunteering. So Samira is going to talk in a moment about her experience on that programme and about getting involved with SAFTI. Because as I said, we're really geared towards helping learners to access volunteering, and we're really, really happy when that happens to be with us. And it's just a really good match. So yeah, if it's okay if I hand over to you now, Samira.
Yeah, thank you so much, Hazel. Hi, nice to see you, everyone. Yeah, this is Samira, and I'm glad to talk in this meeting, and I'm really thankful from SAFTI to give me the chance to participate in this meeting. So yes, I came here, sorry, I came here in England in 2022, and for 2 years, I start my learning English from ESOL classes in Sheffield College. Then for some reason I stopped it, and I was stuck at home for 2 years. Then after 2 years, this last year, 2023, I heard about the Ready for Work class from New Beginning in Sheffield. And I found it very great. And I joined the class. It was for 10 weeks. And this class was very good for me because it was all about what I wanted to be, from keywords of work, sorry, and understanding my skills and abilities, how to write CVs, cover letters, and how to take a great interview, all about jobs that I really needed. Because, in our countries, people all learn English, used to learn English because of find a job, have a job, or have a great abroad education. High education. And I really need this course. And I attended this course for 10 weeks, and it was really a good experience. So after this course, we had a party.
We did.
Yeah, a great party. I met the CEO, Rob Safety, and I saw every staff of Safety are working very friendly together, and I really interested in Safety. And I said to Rob, yeah, I want to be volunteer here if you have space. So I start my volunteering work here in Safety since 3 months, and we are working together, and we have very great experience together. All staff of Safety, special Salwa, Ahmed, Hazel, we are always ready to help us. We are working on teaching resources, spring referral. Also, we are working, calling people, communication with people. We representing Safety in job fair, like the Sheffield. We had a job fair to represent Safety, and Sheffield Student Union, also an event which called Family Empowering of Sheffield. So this is I think it's great for us, for volunteers, and I'm really enjoying here. Yeah. Any question? Sorry, I didn't make any slide, and it wasn't too much. That's why.
That's fine. Thank you so much, Samira, and thank you, Hazel, for talking about your experience. Samira, can I just ask if you were going to recommend volunteering to other learners?
Yeah.
What are the benefits that you would say?
Yeah, that is a great question. You know, learning English is available everywhere. We can learn English. We can learn English for our normal life. But if we do a volunteer work beside our learning, it will be great for our next step career or a job, getting a job, because beside learning English and volunteering work, we learn English and we get more skills and abilities, and we get more and more that we needed for our future, like computer skills, communication with people, and job cultures, these things, which is very important. And we can find it just by volunteer work.
Thank you. That's brilliant. Thank you so much. I'm going to hand on now, I think, to Safina. Thank you.
Thank you, Angela. And we're going to come over to Bradford. So we're going to welcome Nahid and Sonia. Nahid's from Bradford Council. She's the English Language Service Partnership Manager. And Sonia is the volunteer coordinator from Bradford District Museum and Galleries. And they've also got a volunteer Khatija. So I'm going to hand over to you, Nahid.
Thank you, Safina. It's lovely to be here, and really inspiring to hear the stories of our amazing volunteers. So I'll just give a little brief introduction on how the project really started. So English Language Advice Hub is an impartial advice hub based in Skills House, which is part of Employment and Skills. So we also offer IAG as well as opportunities into employment. But this initiative is very special because it's in conjunction, collaboration with our Bradford District Museums and Galleries. Sonia will tell you a bit more about the wider work of the museums and the role of volunteers. We have an English Language Service Assessor as part of our programme, and the English Language Service Assessor can assess the learner's level and see who would actually be interested in volunteering with museums. And I think generally speaking, the initiative is to welcome new arrivals, and to support if it means going on public transport to one of the museums in Bradford District, then our wonderful assessor Jane will accompany some of the learners who may not be as confident. So for example, if they have to go out to Keighley in Cliff Castle, that's quite a journey away. So it helps build confidence and also increase employment prospect and opportunities. We also provide references for the volunteers, and the volunteering role is in a friendly and supportive environment, enabling people to learn about the history of Bradford District and local people, creating a sense of belonging for new communities, and most importantly, reducing that sense of isolation, and helping to improve well-being for people, especially those who are new arrivals and are seeking asylum or are refugees. And the most important thing is to make new friends and have fun, which I think is in the picture you can see. That's at Bolling Hall. I think my memory of Bolling Hall was when I was 9, so this was our visit back in June. I'm going to now hand over to Sonia Kilty to give her perspective on this wonderful initiative. Over to you, Sonia.
Thanks, Nahid. Yeah, I love that picture of Bolling Hall with the helmets. So Skills House is brilliant because we're part of the council as well in museums, and we have got Arts Council funding for 3 years. We were really lucky to have had successful national portfolio organisation funding, which meant, and I put in a big bid for volunteering in that, which was quite unique. So we got a big slice of funding for volunteering and to do new models of volunteering. So what we've done over the last year with Nahid and the Skills House Gang is get an ESOL volunteering strand, which I love the title, which I pinched from Nahid, which was English for Everyone. It's one of her amazing projects from years ago. And and with Jane is great because we've got the English assessor. So as we have help, we have support, as do the volunteers. So they look at the roles that all our volunteers look at anyway, from whatever background, and they can select what they want to do. But because we've never done it before, we're doing it in a very small way, and we invite them over for monthly meets at each of the 4 museums in the district. So like Nahid said, it's been great to get them to travel. They've done mystery shopper exercises at all of our 4 museums. So they can tell tales on our staff and how to get there, and on the trains and on the website. Just how it feels to get there, which is useful to any visitor. And then Caddy, who we've got, who I'll hand over to in a sec, you know, and a few others have just stayed on as volunteers. They've been with us for nearly a year now. And they've got roles in the library, doing Arts Council visitor surveys, family activities, early years activities. Some of them are working on collections. So there's a lot of work there and skills that a lot of them have brought to us, because some of them, you know, they're really highly qualified. Caddy was really good at English, actually, anyway, from the Gambia. And Asma's always been really good. The people who can't speak English as well, it's nice for them not to be on their own, I think. So they sort of come as a team, and they travel together and they get to know each other. So you can see just from the text the different things we're doing. We're obviously being selected as Bradford's 25 this year as well, which is a big cultural City of Culture year. So we've also got lots of international students, lots of different age groups from 16 to 100 volunteer with us. So it's been good for our volunteers to meet different types of people and to meet the public of Bradford and the staff in the museums as well. And you can see that very first one in the middle, the monthly meets one, that's all of us when we ever first met. And there's Caddy at the front. Caddy's now virtually running the library at Bolling Hall. So she's like been fantastic. And she comes in all her African dress in a 12th century English house, which is just a fusion of cultures, which has been fantastic. And we did send them to Leeds museums on a mystery shop, which you can see there. And it got them to get on the train and go and see a different city. So that was brilliant. Next slide, because I think I'm probably going to hand over to Caddy in a sec. And again, just to highlight that we do now, because of this success, we do celebrate Refugee Week anyway in Bradford, but we do invite Keighley College over because they've got very young asylum seekers who are aged between 16 to 24, which again is another strand of volunteering that I'm aiming for anyway, just that age group, whatever background, for museums. And you can see in our Victorian schoolroom at the Bradford Industrial Museum at the bottom right there, we've got a whole gang that come over regularly from Keighley College, from all over the world, you know. And I was just counting all our ESOL volunteers at the moment. In museums, we've got 16 with us at the moment from all different countries, all different ages. And it is brilliant to see them work together. But I have to say, Caddy, Asma and Valeria, who are from the Gambia, Pakistan and Brazil, have been our core from the beginning. And they are now almost buddies and guides to new volunteers who come in. So they're leading and welcoming a lot of new volunteers from the ESOL strand that come in. And they're just renowned, you know, by staff. Staff want them with them. They're a part of the team. So hopefully they will be going on to roles, hopefully at some point. But I'll hand over to Caddy.
Hello everyone, I'm Khadija from Gambia. I just came to UK last year, 2023. So I just want to thank everybody and for giving me this opportunity to talk here on this meeting today. I'm a volunteer in the Bolling Hall Museum doing libraries and surveys. Yeah, so when I first came to the UK, when I first came to Bradford, I mean, I was so lonely. I didn't know what to do. I don't know what step to take. So the first thing I did was just because I don't like sitting at home just not doing nothing. So I just feel like, let me just go to the college. So I went to the college. They referred me to Skills House. So from Skills House, that is how I met I have the opportunity to have the voluntary in the museum, and some from the museum, then I have a lot of friends. I meet Nahid and they referred me to different voluntaries from there. The museum is somewhere where when I go to, I just feel relaxed and happy, and I feel like it's a place where I gain experience and a lot of knowledge, because I'm doing digital IT, so it really helps me. It's like I'm doing the practical way of learning in the museum, because by using the computer to register people to register new members that want to join the museum, it helps me a lot to gain a lot of experience in the museum. And then speaking to different kind of people in the museum, it boosts up my English and help to develop my English a lot, because English is not my first language. So I'm just trying to speak a lot of things. So I try to even refer a lot of my friends when I talk to them about the museum. I talk to them about the benefits about the museum, like what the museum has helped me a lot. And we go a lot of places. They organize parties for volunteers just to celebrate the volunteer, which I'm very grateful for. And from the museum, I have a lot of confidence. I gain a lot of experience and confidence to a point like I'm confident to do a lot of much more voluntaries, because I do a lot of voluntaries. They help me to start a voluntary, which is the Bradford Jewelers, and then I already finished my training last week. So from now I'm quite free now, because the museum is I really thank Sonia for understanding me when I told her about that I should have a little bit of break for the doulas that I'm doing, because it was so hectic. I'm doing the 13 weeks training, which is level 3 accredited certificate. It's so hectic that I could not do some of the days in the museums. So it was so flexible. It's not something that is a volunteer, which is really, really flexible, not something that you cannot do it. Everyone can do it, whether you can speak English or not. You can just try, and then by talking to friends, and they can help you. We have lovely staffs and lovely volunteers that can help you. They can guide you in a lot of things. So I'm really grateful for that.
Thank you.
I just want to say, you know, Caddy, you're an absolute star, and she does come to all our parties, and she just always looks amazing. Is amazing, and she's just being an absolute star. She's doing GCSEs, being a doula. She's every week on a Sunday, Saturday, Friday, she's in that library, and you know, she's giving her time for free. We give expenses, and that's all we can afford at the moment. So that library wouldn't be open a lot of the time if it wasn't for Caddy. So I just want to thank her on behalf of both the libraries and the museum services there.
Thank you.
Could I just say something? Absolutely amazing. Our volunteers, Khatija, as well as Asma. I think you can see her in the photos. She's not able to join us today because she has an appointment at Leeds. We have many challenges, and she's also now volunteering for City of Culture 2025. And Valeria, you can see her in the middle between Khatija and Asma. She's been trying to join, so you might have seen I'm trying to contact her. If she manages to join and we haven't finished, would it be okay for her to say a few words? But she is trying to join. I think there's been a little, she wasn't sure a little bit about a few things. So thank you for your time.
Yeah, just not seen her yet come in, but when she
No
does,
problem, no problem. Something's come up. Thank you.
Thank you. Go on, John, over to you.
I just wanted to ask a question, first of all, if that's okay, Safina. I just wanted to ask about the project, Sonia and Nahid. It's a funded project. I think you mentioned at the start. So is that presumably that funding will come to an end at some stage, and is the plan to actually sustain the project beyond the end of the funding, and how might that happen?
Yeah, so the volunteering program in the museums is a new program that we started just after lockdown, and it's there forever. It's a permanent role that I've now got. I was always a curator by trade, and now I'm people. And it's something that most museums around the UK are doing. So this isn't new for museums. You know, I was at the Museums Association conference 2 weeks ago in Leeds, and many museums in the UK are taking on ESOL and second English language speakers at the moment, but we're also relying heavily on volunteers, you know, because we have huge cuts in the arts and in heritage at the moment. So our volunteers from all backgrounds are so necessary to keep yours and our cultural venues open now. You know, we just can't afford to do it otherwise. So this is a great way for changing our workforce, which is needed as well, diversifying the audiences we get, because we know that particularly for young people, for men, and particularly for people who aren't originally from the UK, you know, museums can be a bit, you know, a bit scary to go into, libraries, a bit quiet. So you want to be able to feel welcome when you're there. And it's no bad thing for our regular visitors and staff to learn from our volunteers as well. So the Arts Council money runs out in March 26 for us, but we would envisage the strength of this and these kind of presentations. And this first year now is at end, and we can collate all this. So between Naheed and Skills House and I think we've got a really strong case that this has to be embedded into the museum strategy and into the council strategy, actually. It's certainly being embedded into mine and into the museums. I've got good support management as well, and that counts, that my directors and my head of service are incredibly supportive of this. And so are Arts Council. We would hope it would get renewed, the funding, fingers crossed.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Sonia. And thank you everyone for those really interesting contributions. It's fascinating to hear, and thank you in particular to Basima and to Samira and Khadija for giving us the benefit of your direct experience of volunteering whilst being an ESOL learner. I wonder, Safina, if we might just stop sharing so that we can be in a collective, because like we've got a good little while now just to share ideas and discuss, and also if you have any questions for any of the contributors, that would also be lovely. I mean, you know, whilst listening to everyone, I've been just, you know, sort of noting down some of the themes that came out for me from what people have said. And, you know, it's clear that what volunteering does, it's clear to me anyway, that it gives people the capacity to actually, you know, embed those English learners. They're actually using them all the time, and actually that usage is such an important part of the learning. And actually it's about improving the English language skills alongside the development of other skills. So you know, certainly both Samira and Khadija mentioned that idea that they're learning different skills like IT skills and so on, and through that, your language is being exercised all the time. It's really working hard to help you to develop those skills, and I think that's a really interesting way to demonstrate the benefit of volunteering. I was also really interested to hear both Basma and Khadija refer to the idea of a kind of central access point. So be it Skills House, or like Basma was talking about, or wouldn't it be great to have a hub within the college where you could go to find out about volunteering, and actually Savti kind of operates as that kind of hub to a certain extent in Sheffield as well. So it's clear to me that having that easy access to information about what opportunities are available is also a really, really important part of enabling this whole volunteering opportunities to happen. I'll shut up in a minute, I promise you. But I wanted to just flag one other thing which came up. So both Samira and Khadija mentioned parties, which I thought was a kind of interesting point, that parties are kind of important. And actually, what parties are is they're opportunities to network. You know, there are other people there, you meet other people, you talk to them. In fact, Samira, you said, oh, and I met the CEO of Savte at the party, and that enables you to sort of build the kind of connections which we might otherwise, you know, take for granted as things that we just develop as we go about life. But as Khadija said, when she first landed up in the UK, you know, she felt lonely because you just don't have, you might not have those kind of contacts that we build, that people build up over many years, almost without thinking about it, you know. And it's so important for helping you to sort of reach out and get on in life. So, you know, I feel like I've learned quite a lot from what people have been saying, and so thank you so much for the contributions. We have got a kind of overarching question, which is, what makes a good volunteering experience for ESOL learners? So I want to sort of hang that on some hooks just to for people to think about and comment on, but also to open it up for people who want to make other kinds of comments or have questions for any or all of our presenters. So anything that anyone wants to say just now.
I just want to say volunteering is very important because it helps me a lot. Number one, it helps to boost up my confidence and my English. And because even though you're not working, but you are gaining experience, free experience to learn how to work and to learn how to do some working skills. Like the computer is very important because everything in life now is digital. And I'm doing GCSE in maths, I'm doing level 1 in English. So I'm doing digital IT in level 1. So by learning the theories in the school will not make you to understand how the working skills operate. So by doing the museum and operating with the computer and the laptop will make me to understand the skills of how you work, because by learning in the schools, you might think you understand, whilst you don't understand. But if I go to the museum sometimes and I find some things difficult, it's not that I cannot do it, I don't have idea, it's just that I don't know it, because I need to contact some team members in the group and they will help me to tell me, this is what you have to do, this is what you have to do, because and I gain experience like every day sometimes, because I might learn new things every day having the laptop, and it's just amazing and it's very important. I always tell friends and I recommend them because they might be sitting at home lonely and they might say, I don't have nothing to do, I'm not working, I'm not entitled to work, so I don't know what to do. So by doing the volunteers, you might meet a lot of people, you might have good connections, and the English will be good, because by speaking the English and having the confidence to speak outside is really important. Yeah, because it helps you to gain a lot of experience, and it helps you to have a lot of people to talk to, and it open the doors for a lot of another voluntary opportunities for you, because I do volunteers not only in the museum but also in Leeds. I do Hyde Park Cinema, I do I do a lot of things that is because of where I started was good and it was nice. The welcoming was nice. And then, so that is why I had that confidence to go up to do another voluntary opportunities that I have. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Khadija. Yeah, I mean, building that confidence and sort of getting used to the way things work in this country is so important. So it's really interesting to hear. So interesting to hear also that you're sort of doing more and more different kinds of volunteering as well, diversifying, learning new skills in different environments. Actually, one thing I forgot to mention, which I was impressed by, I think it was you or was it Sonia that mentioned it, was the idea of buddying. So actually becoming somebody who models for other volunteers that are coming into the scheme is also another important set of skills, I think, that are being learned. Nice.
Yeah, sorry, John. So
Yeah.
one of the things is when we have a new induction sessions, we always have the experienced volunteers supporting the new volunteers when they come for their induction. So that works really well. Thank you.
Yeah, and that might indeed be one of those things which helps to make a volunteering experience a positive experience by being able to have somebody that you can refer to that's there, who is somebody that you can relate to directly in that kind of way. I think is really important.
Yeah.
I see that we have Valeria here, who was trying to join and has now joined. So welcome, Valeria. Or another volunteer on the Bradford Museum project. Valeria Nahi said, when you come, we must give you space to speak. So I want to give you space to speak. But before I do that, just now, can I just ask if there's any other questions or comments that anyone wants to make from what Khadija has been saying or any of the other points that have been made? Okay, nothing coming up. So Valeria, would you like to just say a few words about what you
John
felt
Basima
good?
had her hand up.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Who did? Sorry?
Basima.
Basima. Okay, Basima. Yeah.
Yeah.
Please.
Actually, I want to say that comment. It's about the volunteering. It's helped me to guide my children. I came here and my children follow me after 2 years. So I have, when I work volunteering with I ask or dash, because there is like a lot of legal things. So I have a lot of knowledge how to guide my children, where they should want, where should they go, how to stay safe from trouble, the rules here. So it's helped me to be confident to guide my children. And how to say it, I'm the leader my children, so even they adults I'm still a leader, so I understand English, I understand the rules, law, how to stay safe. So yeah, it's helped me a lot and built my confidence as well. Have a friends. Thank you.
Fantastic. Yeah, important because you learn. It can help to learn those different kind of regulations and just ways of doing in this particular social environment, which is important. Valeria, can we entice you to speak about your experience of volunteering, if you like? But you need to turn off your mute button so that I can't hear you at the moment because you're on mute. So you need to press the button on your phone, which,
Oh,
there you
sorry. I introduce myself, can I? Hi, everyone. My name is Valeria Sandri. I'm from Brazil. I am 38 years old. I am married and I have 3 kids and arrived in England in January 2022. And when I arrived in England, I can't speak English. I'm very horrible in English. I listen and speak and write, I'm very, very bad. And I arrived very scared and insecure. And I could understand anyone. when I met Nahid, I was very happy because I had a hope. She introduced me to the museum, and I met Sonia and Vicky, and I start in the museum like my family helped me so much. And for me, it's the best things, the best things when I start with the group, the museum group, and I'm very happy for this. Now I have difficult to speak the English, but now I have more confidence to speak because the volunteering helped me so much with this. I'm very grateful for all.
Fantastic. Yeah. Confidence again is
Yes, now I
building.
have confidence. Now
Yeah.
I can understand, I can listening, and the volunteering, the museum bring me more, I don't know what to say, but help me so much.
Yeah.
Because when I start, I can't speak English. I have
Yeah.
so afraid to go in the street to speak with anyone, and the volunteering helped me so much.
Mm.
I can't ride with the bus. I never take the bus. I never take the train. And with the volunteering, I start walk with bus, take a train. It's very
Fantastic.
good for
Yeah.
me.
But I think that, it really shows. I mean, actually, the fact that the four people are here, Valeria, Khadija, and Samira and Basima, actually shows that the impact of that confidence, because you're all here speaking in front of all these people like this, for which you need to have some confidence. I think, even for me, that's quite scary. So I think it's immensely challenging in another language, and it's great to see that, and demonstrates how important it is actually to allow the space for this kind of activity alongside the learning English. Not only does it benefit you in terms of your skills to do with speaking, reading, writing, and listening, but actually to use them and to think, yeah, I can do it. I can speak, read, write, and listen in these kind of contexts is so important. So I think for the ESOL sector, making that space for volunteering beside the learning, the classroom, is something which certainly at Mesh, it's something which we really want to help to facilitate actually, and enabling the learners to actually find where those volunteering opportunities are coming is so important. We're nearly out of time. I want to do two things. First of all, Safina has put in the chat the link to the evaluation form for the session, which of course, as always, we'd love you to fill in, please. I'll be sending the recording and the slides from the session to everyone afterwards, and I will remind you of of the evaluation at that point as well. And I just want to finally plug one little thing that we're doing at Mesh that we're just commencing. Actually, we're doing a new project called Connect and Grow that's just starting, which is all about volunteering. One thing we haven't mentioned so far today, but which is obviously very important, is that for a lot of displaced people, forced migrants who have come to the UK, actually, when they arrive, they don't have the right to work. They can't work. But soon they may get it, that their status may change. And actually to do volunteering in the meantime actually can help to provide the kind of skills that our presenters have been talking about today, to get you ready to hit the ground running and when you get your status changed. So Connect and Grow is largely going to work with people in that position to introduce them to volunteering opportunities. So we'll be going into asylum hotels and into other places around the region to speak directly to seekers of asylum and other forced migrants about what volunteering opportunities are available in their area. So if you haven't heard about Connect and Grow yet, you probably will do soon, because Mesh is looking to deploy this across the whole region in the various localities to hold sessions to give people that opportunity to build those links and to get the kind of opportunities that people have been talking about today. So I'll leave you with that thought. I'll probably plug it again in the email when I write to you after this. I want to end by just saying a massive, great big thank you to all our presenters today. We really appreciate it so much, and hope that it's been a good experience for you too. And we will hopefully remain in touch. And to everyone that's here, thank you also for coming. Please try to fill the evaluation when you get the chance. And all of us at Mesh, and I'm sure I speak for Emma too, in wishing you, fantastic peace for the season and the new year. And we will be back. This is our last event of 2024, but 2025 is a whole new ball game, and there'll be plenty going on then, which we will be in touch with you about soon. So thank you for being here, and see you again soon.
Goodbye.
Thanks,
Thank you.
everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
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 Henna Aziz is still in the meet. Henna, you there?